I think when you look at what India's upcoming budget is going to be, you're going to have growth, right? Investment-driven growth. Now, how do you achieve that? Well, I'm looking at this and saying there's got to be at least a 10% increase in capital expenditures. In other words, you have to invest in India in order to get the production. Now, over the last couple of years, we've had about a 20% capital expenditure rate. So I think it's reasonable taking it down to 10% as an expectation that we should be seeing. And then another thing I'm looking for here is to say, how much more attention can we give to the rural economy? This is an area that we've been hearing promises from the Modi government, and they really haven't done enough yet. So I want to see a little bit more attention paid to that untapped resource of India's rural economy.
Right, absolutely. In fact, there's a big ambition, as we know. What are the challenges that India could face in its big, bold ambition to become a $5 trillion economy in the next 2 years?
Well, there's a lot of uncertainty around the world. So certainly when we're looking at getting to $5 trillion, let's say, in the next couple of years, you're going to need about a 7.5% growth rate in order to be able to get to $5 trillion over the next 4 years. So I really think that it's a tall order to get there in 2 years. Now, listen, India has the largest labor pool in the world. So we really need to focus in on and how to improve productivity. Now, this is still doable, but you can always have unforeseen events. Look, wars in the Middle East, you have terrorist attacks going on in the Red Sea, which is having an impact on the entire world's economy. So there's always a lot of variables to deal with. But is it possible? Yes, it is.
Absolutely. And ease of doing business, that, of course, is always a big focus when it comes to India. What do you expect on that front going forward?
Well, in terms of India's ability to do business worldwide, I think India has so much potential out there. The Modi government has actually displayed a lot of fiscal discipline, which is good because it drives your credit rating up, which means your ability to borrow money more cheaply. And we all know that borrowing money is critical in building infrastructure. The problem also comes, it's an election year, so you also have this welfare spending that's going on, which is a very popular thing to do. You got to keep that in check because what that starts to do is creating inflation. So it's really striking a balance between fiscal discipline and what you're going to spend on welfare programs.